Hey everybody, Marcia here. I am back today with another scrapbook process video for my creative scrapbook. So I am using their July kit, the main kit, which featured the Simple Stories Summer Farmhouse collection. And I am backing a cut file right now from my creative scrapbook. They have some exclusive cut files that come with their kits every month. But this is a cut file from a previous month. So my Silhouette Cameo died on me and I had to send it off to Silhouette to get another one. And while I was waiting, I missed using this cut file. And I thought with this summer layout, it would be perfect to still use. So I went ahead and am using it for my summer layout. So I am backing it with some of the blue polka dot and the yellow polka dot papers, and using my fine line glue bottle to make sure that I get all in these tiny little spaces. I always do outline offset for the inner pieces here, and I usually do, I think, like 0.75, and then I don't have to do any trimming. So give that a try. It's a lot easier if you don't have to do any fussy cutting. So I wanted to create a mixed media background on here. So my base cardstock here is a really heavyweight basil marshmallow, I think is what it's called for the color, but it's a white cardstock, and I am using some Lindy Stamp Gang Magicals. So these are pigment powders, and I am just sprinkling them on my dry cardstock and then spritzing them with some water. So they are pretty powerful, and so I was just going to use a little bit to start, and then add more. It ended up getting to be a little watery, and I was worried my yellow and my blue were running together a little too much, so I was dabbing it some of the color off here. It helps to let the pigment run too over the page. So I wanted a little bit more of an orange color up on this one side. So I added a little bit more of that coral color over there. And I'm spritzing it with just a little bit more water and lifting it up so my blue flows down and the yellow flows up. So I had to lift it from the middle. And then I went back in and I'm doing some ink splatters with some yellow and some baby blue. So I am using the sketch this month, and there was a photo of the sketch at the beginning. So I'm going to layer a couple different pattern papers here. One is a stripe and the other one is a floral print. So I'm going to layer these on here and use the sun and the clouds as another layer to go on top here in the corner. So I have the little bit of yellow and the orange peeking out on the top, and I have the blue peeking out on the bottom, which is perfect. I am going to be scrapping some photos from a camping outing we did last year with my daughter and her two dogs. We went up to Itasca in northern Minnesota, which is the headwaters of the Mississippi River. And Lake Itasca is just a beautiful place to go camping. There's you can rent boats and go fishing. There's bike paths all over the place. There's even a very nice restaurant there at the Douglas Lodge. You can eat ice cream on their deck and watch hummingbirds come to the feeders. It really is a beautiful place. If you come to Minnesota, plan on going to Itasca. It is a beautiful park. So I did some machine stitching around the edges of these two pattern papers to add some texture. And then I distressed the edges just a little bit with my fingers, making some tears just to give it a little bit dimension and some interest. I used an older die I had from Top Dog Dies to create the scallop edge on this die, but you could use a cut file or you could use a different die if you would like. I just wanted a softer edge here instead of a straight edge, so I dug out a scallop die. I'm going to adhere my photo down directly on top of this, and then just adhere a corner down on my cloud where this is going to overlap, because I want all of these pieces to be at the same dimension. So if I put foam tape behind it now, these will be all one dimension up from the paper. I don't want things to be too bulky, so I'm just going to do a simple layer here, and I'm using some recycling some alphas from a set that I wasn't going to use, and then adding a little bit of foam tape too. So this saves on my foam tape, and I can recycle a product that I wasn't going to use. So I'm going to adhere this down, and then I want to look at my title. So the title is supposed to go on the lower left here according to the sketch. So I'm looking over these foam phrases here that came with the kit, and I really like the summer, but I wanted to change it up too and add another one here and make summer fun. And this is a different color then. And the blues go with my blues that I have at the bottom of my layout. And that kind of works really well with my color scheme. So since we're out on a boat, I have blue on the bottom, and with the sun shining, I have the yellow and the orange at the top. So I'm playing around with some of the stickers and ephemera pieces, and there are these flip-flop stickers that were on the sticker sheet, and I thought it would help emphasize the title more if I could have these flip-flops be underneath the last word of fun, and then I have my exclamation point there at the end. It just helps draw the eye, I think, to the title and adds a little bit more interest. So there's also a page tab that I grabbed here that I'm going to sit on the side. I think this is pretty much following the sketch very closely so far. And I'm going to add just a little bit of foam behind this photo tab there so that it's all at the same dimension. There is a little tiny card that I cut out of one of the pattern papers, and this one says "Sunshine in My Soul." I just thought that it was a little too empty over there on the left side, and so I wanted to add just a little bit of something. I also thought I needed something at the top of my layout, so I'm going to go ahead and rip some of the yellow gingham paper that I could put up at the top. It's ripping the paper. There's a trick to do this. If you rip it towards you, you will get white core on one side, and you'll just see the pattern paper on the other side. So in this instance, since it's on white, I am just using the piece with the pattern paper. You cannot see the white core of the paper. And I'm playing around with some of the ephemera pieces that I could put up here at the top of my layout. This is diverging from the sketch a little bit. So I have the summer banner up here, and I thought it would be really cute to put the swimsuit up there as well. So there's a men's swimsuit trunk up there, and I know there's a woman's swimsuit here as well. And as I'm looking for it, I'm finding all this other good stuff that I can use on my layout, like this lifesaver. And there was a pinwheel that I grabbed that I put along the side of my photo as well. And how cute are these glasses I have on the sun here? I'm opting to do the chipboard glasses instead because it gives it a little bit more dimension. And it's so cute. So I still haven't found the swimsuit I wanted yet, and I really don't want to fussy cut that one out. But there's a chipboard version of a woman's swimsuit, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. And I much prefer the two suits together and off on the left side. So I really like how that looks. I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down as well. So this layout is really coming together very fast. Sketches are great that way. You can just follow the sketch and you don't have to think too much about design. You just have to pick pattern papers and make it work for you. That's what's fun about sketches. So I found this heart that says I love summer, and I'm adhering that down over my photo. I am adding a pinwheel here too, off to the right of my photo. I just love all the layers in this layout. And I'm looking now to see if there are some more ephemera pieces I can use. The clouds work well here. They go along with the clouds with my sun. So I am adhering these down above my photos, above the pattern paper that I have layered here already. And I'm making sure that I can bend the edges of these up just a little bit so they look a bit more dimensional. And you can see me roughing up the edges of my pattern paper there as well. So there's a few phrase stickers I grabbed to add on here. The one under the photo on the right says, "Oh, happy day." And then there's another one I'm adding that says, "Good times ahead." And I thought it was getting lost there if I added it underneath the other stickers, so I'm adding it on my photo. And it's just adorable here on this photo with the two dogs. So I am adding some enamel dots on here too. Enamel dots are great to draw the eye across your scrapbook layout. So I am doing some on the right and down by my title, and then I'll do some on the left as well. So then I really wanted to add some journaling on here, so I created a journal card that I could tuck in at the top above my photo, and then I'm going to tie a bow with my Bow Easy tool. I love this tool for tying bows. It's so easy to do, and you can get this tool on Amazon. So that's my layout. I'm so glad you stopped by today. Be sure to check out my other videos I created with this kit this month. Thanks so much for stopping by. Bye bye now.